Alright, well we're good to go. Engine's warmed up nicely and oil's looking good. Flight plan loaded. Scenic flight to Armidale through Bellingen and the New England National Park.
Copy that. Ready for you to lead the way out and I'll follow on behind.
Cool, I'm taking runway 21. I'm just going to taxi down E5, E4 to D.
You've got the Coffs Harbour scenery, eh?
Yep, sure do.
Oh, okay. Just must be the... if it's joined then.
Why, what's going on?
It just looks hilarious that you're taxiing around through a building.
Really? I definitely didn't go for a building. It must be something synced up. Nice morning here in Coffs. Such a nice little airport actually. Won't see too much of it as we depart, but the flight plan will take us down the coast, and it should look quite nice. You got the Virgin 737 on the apron there.
A firm.
Could be a 320. I actually check. Right, I'm ready to go.
Alright, I'm just lining up right behind you.
Cool. Of course, I think I've got traffic on the runway. I should be fine. I really should turn off GA traffic, eh? That's awesome.
Where you are at the moment,
What's that?
lined up on the runway.
Yeah, well, okay. No, I just had traffic taken off ahead of us. That's all. Already on the runway as I was departing.
Yeah, I'm rolling.
Okay. Oh, we're just over the Sawtell beach. We're just past the Sawtell headland now. Flaps coming up. Slightly off the flight path here. We'll just do a bit of a look around. That's the Sawtell headland out there, just off the wing. Might better do a bit of a sneaky turn here and come in behind you, Spoons, just to get a bit of the scenery, and you can see the airport there out into the distance. Looks quite nice. Probably should get out of your way. I'll get a traffic alert.
Okay, I'm en route now to waypoint 2 along the coast here.
Yeah, I can see. I had a bit of an issue actually on as I was taking off. I might have had a bit of a keyboard thing, or maybe my screen was on focus or something, because my landing gear was still down and so were my flaps. Anyway, I'm gonna pick up the GPS track and catch up with you shortly.
At what altitude were you going to sit at?
I'm at 5.5. The reason it's 5.5 is we'll eventually have to get up to at least I think 4ish is the actual height of the range. So 5.5 gives us the clearance over the range, and then we can descend into Armidale. So that's a safe altitude, 5.5. You take a bit more of a coastal approach, are you?
Airplane.
Oh yeah? Okay, good. It just doesn't look exactly like you are on the on nav map anyway. It's all good. Here's a quick look at the flight plan. So departure from Coffs, just sort of tracking along the coast past sort up into Urunga, and then we'll head west out over into the Bellingen sort of region of the national parks and over the range into Armidale. We're pretty much going to track up the Bellingen River, which would be quite nice.
Quite a tight turn you've got here from waypoint 1 to, from waypoint 2 to 3.
Yeah, it is. I just wanted to come over the Urunga point and pick up and go over the river there, and then sort of follow the river upstream. So yeah, obviously, I'm actually making the turn right now, but it definitely won't follow the track to the T. I can actually see you below me actually. You're probably what, about 2,500 feet maybe.
Yeah, I just started making that turn now.
Cool. Yeah, same. It will take us right around, but we should be right over the township of Urunga now, which I can see just off my wing here. That's a nice. They call it I think it's Two Rivers, or the meeting of the Two Rivers, or something like that. There's a couple of big two rivers joined together at this point, pretty much on the coast here. And yeah, we should get some nice views of the Bellingen Shire, Bellingen Township, and the river that leads right up over the mountains. Well, how's your weather and scenery looking?
Yeah, looks me. Just choosing fair weather was a good option. I mean, that real world weather was pretty bleak.
Yeah, it was. And the cloud base is about 6,000 feet ish, so we're sort of just under it, which is quite nice.
Yeah, fair weather's quite nice. Just adds a few clouds, and especially with that direct sort of textures and that, it makes them look really nice.
Yeah, and the lighting, they've done a bit, obviously the updates to 4.4, the lighting's just a little bit better, isn't it? Like with the dynamic lighting and HDR and stuff. The shadows you get on the ground looks really nice.
Yeah, and the low sort of clouds and then the high stratus clouds just adds so much.
Anyway, I better clean up the aeroplane here. I'm pumping along at silly RPM.
Just be back in a sec.
Okay. So we're coming up on the township of Bellingen now, just off that to the west. We'll pretty much fly directly over it actually as we go up through the valley here. See, the river looks pretty nice and reflections we're getting as well. Awesome lighting on the early morning flights. The township should just be below us. There it is, township of Bellingen. And we're going to head up through the valley here. Probably could have climbed a bit slower to 5,000, but anyway, we're up here now, and this is the flight level that we'll maintain pretty much the whole way.
Have you ever been to the airport that we're going to, Kane?
I don't think I've been to Armidale Airfield, but I've been to Armidale Township many times. I don't think I've ever been to the actual airfield, no. In fact, I've never actually flown out of Coffs either.
Have you checked out the Coffs Airport?
In real life, you mean?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I mean, I've actually not flown in or out of Coffs before, so that's something I need to do at some point. It's the township of Dorrigo, just off to the east there, I think, pretty close. Somewhere out through there. It's the Dorrigo National Park, Dorrigo Plateau through there somewhere. Yep, and just out to our west is the start of the Bellingen River National Park, and we're actually following. It is actually tricky to see. Actually, I sort of didn't kind of think about this, but we're sort of tracking along the river as such, and so I can only really see it when I go to the outside view. But it is definitely below us. Can see it there. Probably a little bit too high to really make it visible if we were looking out the plane from the simulator. But we're definitely tracking up the valley, following the river essentially all the way to Armidale. You can drive along this way, or pretty much follow it. It's they call it the Waterfall Way, I think it is. One of the highways that go between Coffs and Armidale. That's the Dorrigo Plateau out there. Out to the east. Looks pretty nice. And so, probably just beyond the township there, you'd actually see a couple of nice waterfalls. I don't think they're actually in the game simulator. Obviously, Orbx do a pretty good job of the scenery. Yeah, the mesh and everything is pretty neat. Really gives you that experience that you're actually flying here in real life. Not that I have, but I'd imagine it looks pretty much like this. So it is all farm and bushland out here, national parks, small townships and stuff. You enjoying the flight so far, Spoons?
Yeah, it's pretty scenic.
Yeah, just nice. I think you're going a little bit slower than I am. I'm pumping along here at 170, 160 knots, I think, thereabouts. Yeah, which is about pretty much my cruise speed anyway.
About 140.
Sorry I missed that, I was actually just off the headset for a second there, what'd you say?
I'm just sitting on about 140, just, yeah.
You're in the PA34, aren't you? Really nice light and weather effects now coming up through this valley with pretty much just under the cloud base. Heading through a few wispy clouds, that's pretty cool. Dynamic lighting is pretty neat. Right over the New England National Park now, right in the middle of it pretty much. I can't even make out where you are, Spoons.
I'm just coming up right on waypoint 7 now, so I'm a bit behind you, but that's all good. Making a steady 140 knots, trim nice.
Yeah, I actually just haven't got you visually. We're on the exact same flight level, so it'd be hard to see you. I suppose.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to look just back over your shoulder and see me.
No. This looks really, really nice from here. I can just see back down the range, back towards the coast. The lights coming across, lighting up the valley, and getting a nice little lens flare there from the wrecked Skyforce. Looks really cool. Forget what textures I've actually got loaded, but it's a neat shot. It's a shame I haven't got you. Shame we're not close to formation, I suppose. I might actually put wind back on the power a bit and let you catch up.
Yeah, I was actually going to try a formation takeoff with you right on your wing, but you sort of got away before I lined up.
Oh, is that what you were doing? I wasn't too sure there. I wasn't sure if that was the game being silly or not. Yeah, so I've leaned back a bit, so you're about to about 155, 140 or something like that. You should better catch up maybe, or get closer anyway. Probably thinking a bit of a tailwind here as well. Actually should do one of these flights around sort of north of Brisbane as well, and through the Glasshouse Mountains, and then up sort of Bundaberg way, I suppose. Would be quite nice. Got to buy those 2 airports there.
Which scenery would that be?
Well, it'd be the normal Brisbane region or Brisbane Airport region, and then obviously AU FTX, but then we've also got the Redcliffe airfield and the Caloundra sort of stuff, so we'll get some of that, and then we'll pick up if we get Bundaberg and Harvey Bay, you'll kind of, I'm pretty sure you'll almost cover it all the way up the coast. There's some nice scenery all up the coast. Be quite good, and yeah, I mean, it's pretty much fields in that whole northern coast, I suppose, north of Brisbane. Sunshine Coast region, whatever they call it.
You live there, man, you should know.
Yeah, but I don't fly there.
True.
I drive on the roads. No, but yeah, you're right. I mean, I know roughly the regions and what they should overlap, but yeah, couldn't pinpoint it exactly. In fact, Orbx should really actually put that on their website, shouldn't they?
Yeah, they should list a few places.
Well, like you're saying, they should probably highlight where where in the country it actually is, and say, like you're saying, if you were buying Harvey Bay and say Brisbane, you knew they were relatively close, right? Because if you didn't know they were close, then you may not buy them.
True that.
Obviously, you can always research it yourself, but wouldn't be too difficult to put it on the actual website, I guess. Anyway, we're sort of starting the well, I built this flight path to kind of pretty much line us up into Armidale, so we'll shortly sort of make a turn towards Armidale and then sort of almost overshoot it and then come in ideally, I think, on runway 5, I think it's going to be. We'll see. Yeah, it'd be cool when they do the True Earth for Australia. That'd be really awesome, eh? I reckon anyway.
That'll be pretty sweet.
I mean, FTX looks pretty cool, but True Earth might be just that much better, eh?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
I guess they have to license the satellite photos, I think. So, you know, they've obviously got to get access to that and make all that happen, I suppose.
Yeah, there'd be a whole bunch of shit stuff that really goes into it.
Yeah, which may be why they've started with the other products, you know, before Australia is possible, eh?
Yeah.
Right over another one of the national parks here. I can't pronounce the name of it, but there's a few national parks around this area that essentially merge into one, and we're right over one of them right now.
Okie dokie.
You can obviously see it on your nav map. Those playing at home, I'll bring up the flight path again. Flight plan. So you can see where we are here. Spoons is about to hit waypoint 8. This is the national park that I was talking about. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. So we're not too far away actually from making our descent into Armidale, but obviously we have to. Armidale's situated pretty high above sea level, so we won't really descend too far. It's not too far away. I've kind of structured the flight plan to kind of almost direct us straight into runway 05. I've slowed down about 140 knots now, so we're travelling about the same speed, but that doesn't mean you'll catch up.
No, well, if we're both in the same speed, then we'll just say same separation.
Yeah. I suppose this part of the scenery is relatively boring. It's really just a national park and lots of trees, but still looks nice. Getting a little bit of turbulence up here, but not too much, eh? The clouds looking nice, whizzing past. Rex does do a pretty good job with these clouds. It's quite nice just being just under the base, I suppose, eh?
Yeah, it's good. Sometimes wonder what that active sky next would be like compared to it, but can't afford to buy both.
Oh, for the weather generation part, yeah. A lot of people do use that for the weather gen instead of Rex, eh? So I've thought about that myself. Probably should check it out at some point, but you're right, it's quite expensive to have both, isn't it?
We're just gone 11:15 in the night here. What's your time, real world?
Yeah, 8:15.
Oh, you lucky thing.
Well, it's relative, isn't it?
It is really.
We're getting pretty close to the top of the range here, and then we're, out of the forest as such and into the sort of Armidale area. Not sure what they actually call that region, I forget, but I think we should see the scenery change a little bit. Sort of go from sort of rainforest to sort of normal Australian kind of west countryside, I suppose. Definitely starting to flatten out, isn't it? Because actually it is actually quite flat up here. We're sort of on the top of an old, I think it's an old sort of volcanic region, I'm quite sure. But the mountains, there's a mountain out to our east, you probably can't see it, the Guyver Ranges, which is the highest peak in this area for quite a number of miles. Yes, I've just reached the top. Scenery has definitely changed. It's really cool now. Pretty much going from the rainforesty stuff into the farmlands.
Yeah, I'm just getting to the edge of the foresty sort of stuff.
Yeah, you got a fair way to go, but it changes pretty quick actually. It's definitely browner colour too. Kind of weird, eh? When you're at 5,000 feet, but you're only really about maybe 2,000 feet off the ground or less, you know. Not too far out now anyway from Armidale, only a few minutes. From forest to farmland. That's the township of Armidale out there to the east. You can see the airfield too, pretty sure. We'll start making our descent shortly. Won't take much to slow us down because we're already pretty slow. Take us down to 5,000.
Are you on the ground now?
No, but honestly, not too far away. Almost on, pretty close to on final. Actually, just sort of, kind of slash cross slash space wing. Just took the autopilot off, and then I'll fly it in, and good to go.
Just making my turn at waypoint 10.
Just turning final now. runway clear.
The tube by the terminal, I can see.
What's that, sorry?
Are you over by the terminal?
Yeah, I am, yeah. Engine shut down. You're just coming in now, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much just crossing the fence.
I overcooked my final and kind of just saved it, really. There's actually no spots for you to park, so you can just park up behind me.
Parking on the grass, really.
Okay. Well, it's not a bad looking airfield. I'm pretty sure it's the default scenery for this region. Doesn't look too flash, but you know, I don't think it's a major airfield anyway in real life. Be nice to see what it looks like compared to scenery though. Looks like it's mostly stock buildings. Yeah, true, I could do that. You coming over this way? I can see you coming in, taxiing in. Looks like you're using slow mode there.
Still another park here. Park number 2.
Oh, is there? Because I've got a. There's yeah, I've got an aircraft in that spot, but you mustn't have it.
Oh, okay.
It's a Qantas something or other. Cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna jump inside, get a coffee, and we'll catch you later.
Hey man, might catch you in the morning if you're around early enough.
Yeah. Okay.